Donna Johnson,
I'm Tim Johnson.
husband and wife. Our home before the event was to be our forever home. Children, we have 3 grandsons. They each had a room up here, upstairs. And so did my daughter when she was going through paramedic school. And they had a home here. And they had all their things here that they left behind to have us keep for safekeeping. So they could always have somewhere to come back to. This was the home that we dreamed of. We were in a much smaller home, and we wanted something that we could have dinner parties, events, holiday parties, holiday events with families.
The fire started August 1st. I was sitting in the recliner and lightning hit the chimney. I immediately got up. It was loud. The flash of light, the electricity voltage I felt in my feet. I ran outside to see where a lightning bolt had hit the house. I'm looking around and I don't see anything. I come back in the house and I start smelling smoke. Called 911 immediately. It took fire trucks from Brownsburg, Avon, Washington Township. I think there were 5 trucks here, and they fought the fire from 6 to midnight. I wouldn't wish this on anybody.
No.
It's a lot of bad things happened. We lost a lot of things, can't be replaced, but a lot of good things happened too. It renewed my faith in human mankind, and it was just so many good stories about
Neighbors.
what happened. And out of nowhere, a lady walks up to us. She goes, "Are you the Johnsons?" We said, "Yeah." And she handed us this laundry basket full of, we don't know what it was. We got
emergency stuff.
We got to the hotel that night, and it was like feminine stuff for her, and peanut butter, bread, pens, pencils, deodorant, toothpaste.
Things you wouldn't even think about. That, you leave this house with the clothes on your back.
And we didn't even know her. Mm-hmm. She
Did
lived
not know her.
10, 12 houses down. Mm-hmm. It's just things like that. It was like, it didn't hit me till about the 3rd day in the hotel. We get a knock on the door, and it's Red Cross. I went, "Can I help you? Are you the Johnsons?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, we need to talk to you." So right then I knew, wow, I'm the victim now. Seeing the Red Cross at hurricane sites and tornado sites, and it's our turn. So
somebody recommended Michaelis to us, and I wish I could remember who it was, because I will be forever grateful that they did. As the insured had to find our own contractor. It was up to us. And that was very, we knew nobody. We didn't know people who built houses. We went through a couple of contractors, talked to them, said, "We'll get back with you." Finally called Michaelis, and Brian Ayers and Dave Doyle came out, and
great guys.
From the minute we met them, and how they treated us, and how they looked at the house, and our guts just told us, these are the guys. This is the company.
When Dave said he was going to treat this house like his own, he had me right there. Mm-hmm. And I've been around a lot of people, being an old man like I am. I can tell when people are BSing and not. And Dave looked at me square in the eyes and said, "I'm going to take care of it."
Dave is one honest guy. Boy.
My dad taught me a long time ago, a man is only good as his word. And Dave stuck by his word the whole time.
Oh my gosh. He said he looked outside, he looked inside with Brian, and where other contractors were saying this is going to be a year before this house is rebuilt. And Dave said 6 months. I'll get you done in 6 months. And
he said none of my jobs last a year.
What? And my kind of reaction was, "And you're going to do it right?" And he said, "Absolutely." As Tim said, "Well, I'll treat it like my own house." And he absolutely did. I can't thank him enough.
That his crew. I call him his crew.
All the people.
Praise
oh
Dave.
My goodness.
They said he's hard,
Yeah.
but he's fair.
He's very,
You know?
yes. And the people, obviously Dave didn't do this all himself, but he had people who had, from the flooring guys to the painters to the,
What he told me was he tried to keep one step ahead of the process. We're going to do this week, and next week we're going to be doing this.
right. He went shopping with us on a very cold, snowy day at Lowe's and said, all right, let's pick things out. And he was very patient with us because...
Was there for 3 or 4 hours.
Yes.
Going down aisles. And I felt like Dave was Santa Claus,
We would be, not telling the truth if we would say, oh, everything was perfect and there was no hiccups and there was no issues. No, the time that there were, the trusses that came one day, and one of them was not the right measurements. Now, I don't know what happened there or whatever. Dave called us immediately and said, we got an issue with one of the trusses, and he said, but we're getting it reordered.
There were like 45 some trusses that were off by 4 inches, and they had to ship those out and have them made because they're not just sitting someplace to pick them out. You got to. But when Dave called me and told me that we got a little hiccup, I said, well.
But he didn't hide it.
I said, who's paying for it? He goes, well, you're not paying for it. I said, that's all I got. That's all I
care about.
It went so smoothly, it was scary.
Yeah, it was almost like, is this real?
I would come by one day and there would be something not done. Come by the next day, it'd be done.
It'd be done.
Made sure he asked us, hey, we're going to do this, in his way of asking, hey, are you okay with that? Yeah. He'd always conversation with us before he did anything.
Call Michaelis. Call Michaelis.
Yeah, don't give it a second thought.
Don't even give it a second thought. We should have called them the night of the fire.